This is my Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. You guys will be able to see that I am not connected to any internet, and this is the same tablet running / emulating a original Windows 11 on Android completely offline. In today's video I'll be talking about how is it actually possible and is it really worth it to run a Windows 11 on your Android devices. So once again, Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, which comes with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. This is the 12GB RAM variant, and you guys will be able to see that I am running this Windows 11 completely locally. Now it even comes with internet connection support. So if I just go ahead and enable a Wi-Fi connection on my Android device, I'll be able to browse the net inside this Windows 11 virtual machine through a LAN connection. As you will be able to see, I have turned on my Wi-Fi and it has been detected right here. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to set this up on your own Android device or Android tablet. With that being said, let's explore this Windows 11 first. So we get all the usual bits like Windows 11, personalization, background images, etc. And emulating this natively is a very hard task. You guys will be able to see currently we only have one image. This is very lightweight on your system, and we'll just go and tap on the Windows Start menu, and you guys will be able to see it has successfully booted up. So all the features are working. For example, the file manager. Here we go, the file manager has successfully started. We have this PC and obviously everything that we use in a Windows PC file manager. How is it possible, you might ask? Well, let me show you guys what tool am I using to run Windows 11 on my Android device. If you guys remember, then about 2 years ago I covered the Limbo Emulator, which is an open source QEMU based emulator capable of running virtual machines on Android. Since the past 2 years, you guys will be able to see the only version of Limbo Emulator available is the version 6.0.1. It is enough to run Windows 11 on your Android devices. So you guys will be able to see the changelog of this latest version. It is what we'll be using in our today's video. I have already added the Limbo Emulator on my Android device, and make sure that you will need the x86 build of Limbo Emulator if you also want to run Windows 11 on Android. Once that has been done, when you start up this application, you will see an UI similar to this. You will get a pop-up talking about the Limbo Emulator features. We can tap on I acknowledge, then we get changelog. Afterwards tap on OK, then tap on check updates for startup and OK. And here we go, our Limbo PC Emulator has successfully started. Once again, you will need to use the x86 build only, or else ARM64 build will not work. Now to run Windows 11 on Android, we'll need to create a machine inside of the Limbo Emulator. So let's tap here, afterwards tap on create machine, and you can give your machine any name. For example, I'll go with Windows 11 and then tap on create. Afterwards, you'll get lot of options for ISO and virtual images, but you'll have to press back and start the setup process along with the best settings which I am about to show you guys. We'll also need to use Windows 11 VHD for boot up of virtual machine inside the Limbo PC Emulator. I'll talk more about it later on in this video, but let's go with user interface. Make sure to set the display as SDL. Afterwards, keyboard set it as default. In terms of mouse connection, you can either go with USB mouse or PS2. PS2 is basically touch mouse control, whereas USB mouse you can connect your external mouse for the Windows emulator. Afterwards, in terms of the board settings, here are the main most important settings for running Windows 11 virtual machine without any issues. So you'll need to tap on machine type. By default it will be set as normal PC, but there are two options which you can choose from here. So if your PC does not boot with the PC machine type, then you'll need to go with the default machine type. This step is going to be very important, so make sure to follow it. Here you'll need to tap on enable MTTCG. This is very important as we'll be using multiple CPU cores inside this emulator for better performance. In terms of CPU model, you get lot of options such as Intel Pentium, Pentium 2, Pentium 3, Opteron, as well as old processors like Core 2 Duo, etc. For today's video, we'll go with Core 2 Duo because obviously it does not have the newest processors like Ryzen, Intel Core i9, etc. because this is pretty old emulator and it is only used for x86 PC emulation. And in terms of CPU cores, you can go all the way up to 8 cores depending on your device specifications. Now as this tablet comes with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, and as it is pretty powerful, we'll go with 7 CPU cores. Afterwards, in terms of RAM memory megabytes, you can choose according to your preferences. So you can go all the way up to 8GB of RAM, but it is generally not recommended as it might lead to crashing issues. So for today's video, we'll be setting a random amount of RAM which is going to be 5GB. Even though my Android tablet has about 12GB of RAM, these settings will definitely be helpful. Make sure to untick the disable TSC option. Afterwards, make sure to enable disable HPAT option. Once that has been done, here's the most important step, which is to import your Windows 11 VHD file inside of the Limbo emulator. Emulator. So I'll just go ahead and tap here, afterwards tap on open and choose the Windows 11 VHD virtual machine that I'll be using in today's video. Now I'll talk more about it later on in this video as I mentioned before. In terms of graphics settings, make sure to set the video display as standard. If you want audio output, then you can make sure to set it as AD-lib, but once again it's not really necessary, so we will skip that part. And as this virtual machine also supports internet access, we'll go to network and make sure to set the network as user, afterwards tap on OK. And in terms of advanced settings, make sure to keep it default. So once everything has been set up, you can simply tap on this play button, afterwards tap on don't allow, and you will be able to see booting from disk. Now depending device to device, if you have a low-end Android device, it will generally take lot of time for your virtual machine to boot. But as I am using a very high-end Android device, you will be able to see immediately I got the Windows logo and we also have the loading screen. Now let me talk about the virtual machine Windows 11 VHD which I am using for today's video. Now unfortunately, due to YouTube's terms, I can't really talk about how you can add it on your Android devices, but if you do your own research, I am pretty sure that you'll also be able to find it and import it in your Android device. I can only help you guys as much as I am allowed to, so I hope you guys understand. Well, after waiting for 20 to 30 seconds, we now have another prompt saying getting devices ready, and after this process your Windows will actually start. So here we go guys, we have the Windows 11 booting animation and afterwards the welcome screen. So let's wait until our PC starts. And yeah guys, after the setup is completed, you'll be able to see the accurate date and time. Afterwards, if we tap on the Windows menu, as I mentioned before, you'll get the following sections. You can tap on all apps to check out everything that is available in your Windows PC. Let's open Microsoft Paint, and if this video reaches 500 likes, I'll make a video on how to run your own PC apps inside this virtual machine. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification as I make similar videos on my channel. And as you will be able to see, we can only do so much with the touch controls, but if you want some additional settings, you can tap here, afterwards select display refresh rate, set it according to your usage. So 101 refresh rate definitely makes your PC look way smoother. Afterwards, you can also attach devices, for example hard disk. Anyways, you also get keyboard support, you can use it for typing. Let's go back, you also get mouse controls, for example if you want trackpad or touch controls. So choose according to your preferences. And yeah guys, if you want to use it for your day-to-day usage, then I would say that it's not possible. Running a Windows machine on your Android devices is super difficult and not at all optimized. So obviously you will get lot of lagging issues and there is going to be quite a lot of delay. So no, you cannot really use it for day-to-day basis. I have tapped on the file explorer and just take a look at how much time it is taking for the file explorer to boot up. If you want to run PC apps and games on Android, there are better ways like using a Wine based Windows emulator like WinLater. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have any doubt. Goodbye.